morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining us here for this session on the Ghana Climate Innovation Center. My name is Awuah. I'm the president, the founder of Ashesi University, and the GCIC is hosted at Ashesi. We're working in collaboration with other consortium members, EY, United Nations University, and SNV. I want to acknowledge their contributions. But I thought I'd start this morning with just a few remarks on why this is important to us and where we hope this is going. Just last evening, I was at an event here in New York talking about the future of Africa and the importance of innovation in our future. And I shared the thought that, in my view, the most important natural resource in Africa, actually on any continent, is human capital, the human intellect. And our progress is going to depend on how well we develop that human capital. At Ashesi University, we're very focused on working to develop leaders, future leaders for our continent, who are entrepreneuring, who are ethical, and who come with a framework that will elevate organizations and the society that they live in. And the GCIC is very much part of that effort. That what we're trying to do is stand up private sector enterprise that are going to engage with the issues of climate change, issues presented by climate change, in an urgent way, in an agile way. And some of these organizations will grow into very large organizations, we hope. But there are going to be many other smaller organizations feeding into the ecosystem that will need support. And so the work that we're doing here with GCIC is about really helping to drive this issue in a way that we have organizations that provide thought leadership, that are exemplars in the areas of energy efficiency, climate smart agriculture, and also water and sanitation. So with that, I just want to thank the World Bank. I'd like to thank the governments of the Netherlands and Denmark for their support of the GCIC thus far. And I also want to thank the GCIC team that is working so hard to make this a reality. And congratulations to the companies that have entered the center so far, the entrepreneurs. You're the future of Africa. You're the future of Ghana. And there's a lot that rests on the success of these companies. So on that note, I'd like to hand back to John. Just thank you very much for being here. I'm really looking forward to an engaging conversation.
Thank you, Patrick, and good morning, everyone. Let me start with a picture, paint a vivid picture of some of these entrepreneurs, and I encourage you to look at the presentations around the room that are changing the future of Africa. A maggot farm from slaughterhouse waste to produce chicken feed. Plastic bottle reuse to produce domestic building materials. An adhesive pest trap to reduce crop damage in smallholder farms. Nutrients from domestic waste for fish farming. These are just a few of the very concrete actions that are happening right now through entrepreneurs to address climate change and build a green economy in Africa. And so I hope today we'll all leave with a sense of optimism. I know this week there's a mix of pessimism, anger, and optimism, but I hope today's event, if we succeed, you'll leave a little further on the scale towards optimism, because we can see what's happening and what we can do and concrete actions that we can take to address climate change in Africa. So we've gotten a little bit late in our start, excuse us for that. It's a little hard to find the location, but we're going to have a fast-moving event today, and I'll tell you a little bit about the agenda. We'll have a climate scientist, the director of a New York-based climate incubator with proven success, an ambassador from a government that is taking aggressive climate action, our director of an African incubator, and then a panel with diverse perspectives on entrepreneurship in Africa. So with that, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Alessandra Giannini. Alessandra is a climate scientist with over 15 years of engagement and international collaboration on scientific research and scientific policy dialogues focused on Africa. And her work has conclusively demonstrated the oceanic origin of Sahel drought. She studied physics at the University of Milan and moved to New York in 1995 to work at Columbia University and pursue studies in the dynamics of tropical climate. And her purpose is to maximize the utility of science to society. Alessandra.